Hello there, welcome to another session on discussions on resilience. Today, I'm going to share a framework with you about let's get real, talking about how we embrace living our truth and an authentic life. And it's based on 4 principles with the acronym or framework around the word real. So let me share my screen with you and I'll show you what this is all about. So you'll notice my red hair there. I have changed my hair back to real, right? Talk about being authentic. It's fun to experiment and decide what is real for you, what works for you. But sometimes you find coming back to yourself and what's natural, what's true for you, you change, you evolve. So let's get real today with 4 ways to live your truth. Now, the first part of this is the word real is R for resilience. Now, this means something a little bit different to each person, but for me, it means finding your truth and maintaining it under all circumstances. And this is part of frameworks that you'll find in resilience results coaching. I will give you tools and ways to remember frameworks or key things to help yourself have a system or strategy for checking in with yourself. So one way to check in on if you're being real with yourself is, are you in the process of finding your truth and maintaining it under all circumstances? Are you going back to your center so you can bounce back from anything that comes your way? Anything that life throws at you, you are ready to just bounce it off and learn and grow and step more into your truth and continue to be centered and grounded in it. So that is the first part of it for now. Let's see, how do I go to the next? There we go. Next slide. Okay, I'm learning. All right, here we go. So the second part is E for enthusiasm. Life is meant to be enjoyed. There's supposed to be joy in the journey. And with that journey, we need to find ways to create joy daily, even in uncertain times. And isn't that true today? It's okay to be a joyous, hot mess. Just always bring the enthusiasm and the joy to whatever you do. And you can make it go by faster. Example, washing the dishes, bring music to it, bring joy to it, bring fun to it. And all of a sudden, it's a fun thing to do. There are those everyday mundane things that we need to bring enthusiasm and joy and creativity to make them a part of our day in a way that we get to enjoy them, even though they're the things that need to get done. We need to look at it as I have to and change it to I get to do this today, because each day is a gift. And we should wake up each day being grateful that we're here and enthusiastic about what the day's possibilities can be, because each day is a new day. It's a fresh start. It's the ability to find a way to create joy, to like seek it out like a game and find it. And 3, we have A in our word real for authentic. And this is more important than ever. We are all coming back to our truth of what wellness looks for us, what work looks for us, what life balance is, how we want to interact with our family and with others. And those that are shining the bright are the ones that are being completely authentic and their best selves. This means being vulnerable. You have to show up as you are and be willing to be vulnerable. I'm kind of winging it here today. I may make a few fumbles along the way, but I'm going to keep doing the work and keep showing up and doing these trainings and recordings until I am better at it. One step at a time sometimes is the process of being authentic. Line upon line, we become more and more true to who we are and what our truth is. And as I mentioned before, it evolves and it changes. And when it does change, we just need to show up as we are. We don't need to be ashamed or hide or feel guilty for being human. Really, being authentic is realizing that part of this human experience is to experience the extremes. In my own life in the last few months, I've experienced some real highs and some low lows, and all it's done is expand my humanity of who I am and who I'm meant to be and step into. And I have to trust and honor that process. But I'll know I always gave my best if I show up with love and I show up giving my best. If I know I did my part, then the rest happens the way that it's meant to happen. Sometimes being vulnerable and showing up also means letting go of the expectations of what will happen when you do show up in that way. It may have impact that you don't expect and maybe a deeper one than you could ever realize. So just learn along the way and trust yourself that you have the answers inside you already. And then L for real, the last part of this training is living. Be fully engaged in the present moment. We can't be resilient, enthusiastic, authentic without being present and living this moment, being conscious of our intentions and the energy that we are bringing, be responsible for our choices and the things that we are choosing to let into our life and the things that we are creating. So let's get resilient, enthusiastic, authentic in our living. And then we can have the resilient results in our life, those long-lasting successes that we're looking for to really bring lasting joy and happiness, peace and balance into our everyday life. Now, if you liked this framework and you'd like to learn more, I am a certified high performance coach. My coaching is called Resilience Results Coaching. And I also do creative art therapies to build your resilience. I have resilient parenting and I have energy resilience as part of the trainings that I do, all of which are meant to build your resilience, to help you master your own unique resilience. So welcome to the journey. And really, with all of this, to get real with yourself, as we discussed last week, you have to have a level of awareness and honesty with yourself about where you are at. So I would challenge you today to take some time to journal honestly with yourself about how things are going. I believe last week we talked about your future self writing you a letter about what you have accomplished. And another practice is to just get real with yourself right now. Just let everything out on paper, through song, through art, through movement. Let everything out that may be weighing you down and take a look at it so that you can embrace what you're going to do with it. We are not our emotions. We are not our circumstances. We are eternal beings. We have an eternal truth that is beyond the circumstances and the temporary setbacks that are in this life. Everything is working in our favor if we allow it, if we take the lessons in and we learn how to be stronger. So every time we get into a new situation, we come back to our truth. We come back to being grounded. This also means that you may have to let go of any outside validation that you are seeking. I'm in the Zoom today teaching and there's no one else here at the moment. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop and it doesn't mean I'm not going to teach and put my heart in it. It just means I'm going to continue doing the work so that I can be ready when those come that are meant to join me on this journey. And those that I meant to serve will come. They will be here when they're meant to be. We can't give up just because things don't turn out or look like the way we thought they would. If that was true, I would not be able to enjoy my children as a single mother. If I was waiting for the ideal or for when I get married or for when I have that degree or for when I have that amount of money, that is not resilience. That is trying to feed a bottomless pit. It will not fill you up because you're seeking something outside of yourself instead of realizing you have the power inside yourself already. You have the power right here to create happiness and joy in this very moment. And you have that in every moment of your life. And that's the real power and the real source of resilience. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this training. If you would like to participate in some other offerings, I'm looking for guests for the Resilient Mother podcast. I'm continuing to develop the Resilient You course program and book that'll be coming out when it's ready. I want to bring value to you. You can catch me in Growth Day. I'm there all Wednesdays for the lives and the notes. I'll be teaching in there as well in time. This year is a lot of resilience and transitions of college and moving and different things. And so one thing at a time, take a deep breath. Know everything's going to be okay. You are loved. You are safe. And you can do this. And if we had people in the Zoom right now, we would be having an opportunity for questions. We'd have an opportunity for coaching and connection with you. And I like the Zoom because it's a safe space. If we hit on anything that was delicate or confidential, we'd be able to cut that out of the recording and just let it be an authentic moment of connection. So please don't be afraid to show up for these. There will be opportunities to share, but they're not live. They are private Zooms where you're just in here with me in this container for this time that we have together. All right. I believe in you. Believe in yourself. God bless. Thank you so much.